Been here
Welcome,
since
sir.
around I think 2:10. So I've been listening to everyone, starting with Obasi Chiwendu. I've been following, quietly. And I know you guys want me to say certain things about the book, but there's nothing to say. I mean, you guys, I was wondering if it was my book. You guys scattered it. So um, there's really nothing to talk about, to be honest, for me to almost like I'm trying to market it. No, you can't market it to people who have broken down and digested the content exactly the way I wanted the readers to. So it's made my work easy. I think you are probably curious about a number of things. I would prefer to use this time to just answer questions, right? Than to start talking about the book again from chapter to chapter. Because let me say this: Obasi, Bolahon, Rodia, Favor, Eunice, Ajiboye, and Glory. I listened to all of you. You guys broke my book apart from chapter to chapter. So I feel like what I should do right now, if I have 20 minutes, is to answer your questions. Use this opportunity to ask me anything about the book, about my personal life, that you think would help you. And I'll be happy to answer you as honestly as I can. And let me also thank Comfort Ademola, the convener of Mind Thrive Africa. Mind Thrive Africa. Thank you so much for inviting me. And yes, the host said I had to come out of the moon because I'm supposed to be in honeymoon right now. So I took the Artemis 3. My own is Artemis 3. I had to bring it down from the moon to attend to you people. As soon as I'm done, we are going back to the moon. All right. So yes, please, questions, throw everything at me. Let me answer you. But before I go on, let me say something because the host said maybe I should say something about what motivated me to write the book. So I've been in the scholarship space for a long time, for over 2 decades, and sometime in 2021. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. So sometime in 2021, somebody said to me that this knowledge that you have, I think you should share it in the book. But I was like, no, I don't feel like writing a book. No. It's not something I want to do. In fact, the person came back again and said, if you don't want to write a book, why don't you start a channel on YouTube? I said, never. That's not my thing. I don't even have the time. Then in 2024, no, actually it was 2023 December, something happened. I usually spend every December, if I am in Nigeria, I spend it with my family in Lagos. But this 2023 December, for a reason I can't explain, I just had this unction to spend it alone. And I live alone in Akure, so I just decided I'm not going to go home. I remember that my parents, my siblings, they were calling me, what's going on? Why aren't you coming home? I said, nothing is wrong. I just feel like staying apart this time around. I'm sure they must have thought something is wrong with this boy upstairs. But I decided to just stay by myself in Akure, in solitude. Practice it sometimes. Solitude is a way of tapping into your inner core. There are voices in your head. There are voices around you that you are going to hear with clarity if you are in solitude. So much noise around us these days. You won't hear things. You won't hear deep thoughts, knowledge, from either, the Spirit of God telling you to do something, or just basic intuition telling you to do something, So in solitude, a whole lot of things. I won't tell you, but I'll just pick out one, right? Because that information is mine alone. But there was something that came out of it. Write a book. And this time around, write a book on scholarships. And right in my solitary confinement, the title of the book was also born. Yes, call it Scholars Bible. Now, Bible not in a religious book, but if you go to Oxford Dictionary, you'll see that Bible also means a manual, something like a guide. So that's how I used it, because some people began to attack me that the title looks like a religious book. I said, well, if I was the one who gave the title, then maybe I would have changed it. But it came from a place of inspiration, right? So I can't change it. I can't touch it. Now, these people said I'm going to have problems selling it to non-Christians because they will think it's a Bible. Guess what? About 3 months into publication of the book, to this day, my largest customers of that book, those who have bought that book the most, are Northerners. Northerners with northern names. Mohammed. Yes, they are the ones who have bought that book. Northerners. I mean, students in schools that are in the north. I'm talking about ABU. They have consumed and rushed the book. They are the ones buying the book, including the physical ones that I had to start parceling books and sending it through a driver to Abuja, to Kano, I kid you not, to Jos. So there is a lesson in this. When something is coming from a place of inspiration, follow through. It doesn't matter what societal precepts think about it. No, it doesn't matter. Follow through, because it's inspiration. It's not just a physical thing, it's something that is spiritual / physical. So just leave it alone. God knows how he's going to sell his book. And at the end of the day, I'm so glad because the book did its job. And I'm so glad listening to you all. I'm just like, wow, I'm glad I wrote this book. This is exactly the knowledge I wanted people to have. Now, before I keep quiet so that I can take your questions, I'll say one more thing. I also noticed that as I kept growing up the ranks in academia, right, my free time is getting smaller. It's getting smaller. And a time will come, even this time I have with you guys, I may not have it again. With so many, I won't be able to have it again. Because there was a time in my life, I was having virtual meetings of this kind, at least 40 in a year. I was that available. Now, I'm struggling to even have 5. I'm struggling to have 5 in a year because I'm climbing up the ranks. And as a result, you won't have time again. You understand it yourself when you graduate and you start climbing up the ladder of your career. As you get to the echelon, at the topmost height, you discover that things will just change. Before people can see you, they'll need to book appointments. It will just naturally happen. And it has nothing to do with you are proud, you are full of yourself. No, it's just a status issue. And because there's so much on your table, and you need to start picking which one is important, logically, I will take this one over this one, unfortunately. And that's how life is. So I said to myself, as time goes on, people will not have access to me anymore, and I will not be able to share my thoughts. Can I produce something that will be eternal, lifelong, that once you read it, it's like you are accessing me in real time? And that's a book. If I put my thoughts, everything I would say to you, if I put it in a book, whether it's a physical book or it's ebook, when you read it, you've accessed my mind. You know how I feel about certain subjects. Then you don't need to see me. If you read my book, you have seen me. If you read my book, you have listened to my mind. Then you know the content of my mind. And that is the reason why I wrote that book. So I'm very, very happy about what I saw today from everyone I mentioned who did justice to dissecting the book. Thank you once again. And I'd like to take your questions now, if any. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Please, if you have any question, please just use the raising the hand emoji. So I will just call on you and you can ask your questions.
Yes, questions. Feel free, please. Feel free.
Don't be scared. The author
Yes,
of the
I don't
book
have
we read
copies on
is
my
here.
head.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
please, feel free to ask your questions, please. That's why he's here today.
Okay, as they are thinking of their questions, I want to clarify something. So the lady who spoke about the master CV approach in the book. So there's something I want to clarify because it wasn't exactly the way she said it. So it's important I make it clear. So she was saying that the master CV approach is that you should have a CV that should not exceed 15 pages. Oh, that's not exactly what's in the book. Apologies that I have to say this, but it's important I correct things when I see them. So I'm not saying that your CV should not be more than 15. No, 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 no. What that portion of the book was saying is just like a master key. You know what a master key is? A master key can open any door. Have a master CV that you will never submit anywhere. It's your own. It can open any door, and that's the reason why you can't submit it anywhere. Yes. Do you understand the trick? So, what is a master CV? A master CV is a document that contains every single thing you have done in your life. You will discover that it is a lot. It can, so what I said was it could even be up to 15 because currently I have one that is 15 pages long. That was what I wrote in that book. My master CV at the moment is actually 16 because it's extended with some new things I've done. 16 pages, but that CV goes nowhere. It's mine. It's my CV. Now, what's the function of a master CV? It enables you to recover things you've done because if you don't have a place that you store activities you've done, you'll forget. You forget. So a master CV helps you store all your activities, relevant activities, everything you've accumulated, put them in a master CV. Now, when you graduate and you want to apply for a job, you look at your master CV, then you create a CV from your master CV, a CV that is tailored to that job title and to that company that you want to apply for. That is exactly how to create a new CV for that purpose. You now say you want to apply for a scholarship to do your master's abroad. You look at your master's CV again. You create another CV that will suit that course. Can you see how your CV must match what you want to use it for? Now, you create another CV. You now use that to apply for that particular course because the content of that CV must be relevant to that course and to the university. As a result, I have one master CV and I have close to 25 CVs for different things. But my master CV is one. Those 25 CVs, some are 2 pages, 3 pages, 2 pages, depending on the purpose. For example, my last scholarship that I won this year, SPPG, School of Politics, Policy and Governance, they asked me to submit a 2-page CV. A 2-page CV. So what did I do? I went to my master CV that contains 15 pages. Then I started looking, what is here that is relevant to SPPG that will make them pick me? Okay, I will take this. I can't take BCD because it's not relevant to SPPG. I will take EFG, but I'll leave KLMNOP. And that's how I created a 2-page CV and I sent it to SPPG. I also wrote an essay to support it. They asked me to write a 2,000-word essay, which I did, and I submitted, and I got a full scholarship to study for 10 months. So the concept is have a master CV that contains everything you've ever done so that you do not forget. Because most people, what happens is they forget. They forget, right? So when you now ask them in passing, they will now say, But wait a minute, too. And I was once skinny con. Hey, that's because you don't have a master CV to document all your activities. So have a master CV that documents everything. That way, you will not forget because it's in writing. All you need to do is to look at your CV and just be extracting what is important to create a new CV. So that, but never submit your master CV because it will contain too many things. Never submit your master CV. It's yours. All right. So that is that. Let me look at the comment section. It seems like a whole lot is going on there. Sorry. I think some questions are popping out. Okay. Number one, how would you encourage scholars who have faced several rejections and now at a breaking point, considering giving up on scholarship applications? Okay, I'll come to that. Let me look at others. Amazing. I am just hearing about Master CV. Well, it's my concept. So, I mean, I developed it. So it's not a concept somewhere. Most of the things in that book, they're inspirational. They came from this tiny head right here. Okay, I didn't go on the internet. I didn't ask chat GPT. Nah, they are solely mine. So the concept of the Master CV is mine alone. I am just hearing about Master CV. It means.
Sorry, if I can cut you.
Yes,
sorry,
please.
For cutting short, sir. We have a student here who's raising up and she would like to ask a question.
Okay.
What do you have the floor?
Okay. Oh, okay then. All right. Can you go on? Rodia, please. Can you go on?
No, it's not a question. That was a mistake.
Oh,
it's because your hand is off. Okay then.
All right. So I would like to ask a question, though. I would like to add one question to the questions available.
Okay.
You were able to get a scholarship on your first try, sir. And it's what advice would you have for those people who have been trying to get scholarships for a long time? And I know, sir, that most of the scholarships, they have application fees, expensive. I would like to say expensive application fees, and most of we students are just getting into the job market, and not enough money to apply for all these scholarships. And it gets to some point that the rejection just turns you off, and you're like, I can't keep wasting money on this. Let me just use the money to do other thing. So my question is that what advice would you have for someone who is thinking of giving up at this time due to lack of funds?
Okay, so I want you to get the full picture of my story. I did not win at first attempt. There is a chapter in that book where I put a schematic diagram of my losses. It's going to shock you. I'm surprised you guys did not come across it. I have the book here. There is a chapter where I showed a schematic of the number of scholarships I had won in 20 years, 14. And then I said I had applied 96 or so times. When you do 96 minus 14, what do you get? That's the amount of losses. Yeah, I know. It shocked you, but it shocked you. Exactly. So when you say something like, I won at first attempt, yes. Page 130 for the physical book, but this is what it looks like, if you can see. This thing, take a look at it again when we are done with this session. This particular schematic that is here. When you take a look at it, you discover that I talked about the total number of applications that I've done. And the total number of applications there, if you add, they are actually 90. They are 90. The total number, 90. I won 14 and I lost 76. Okay? My win ratio is 6.4, which means out of every 6 applications, I win 1. Every 6 applications, I win one. That's what it is. What am I trying to say? Anybody that tells you that scholarship pursuit is easy is lying to you, because I've lost scholarships. I lost 76. I won 14. But what the internet will tell you is that Dr. Macaulay has won several. 14. This man is a madman. Commonwealth. Actually, I've won Commonwealth 3 times, not 2 times. In 2024, I won the 3rd one. So I'm the only person who has won Commonwealth 3 times. Yes, so you could add that to it and say, this guy is a madman. But do you know that the 4th one the 3rd one that I won in 2024, I had tried it earlier in 2021 and I was rejected. But they won't tell you this. What the internet will just tell you is that this guy has won several, but they won't tell you the other part of the story. And that's why I'm here, to let you know. Who told you I won at once? My master scholarship abroad, I did 25 applications. The story is in this book. 25, and I lost 23. It was the last 2 that I won. The miracle in this story is that I was applying, I was submitting applications, I was submitting. So when I got to application 23, if I had stopped, I would never have won anything. For a reason, because I'm a madman. Mad means make a difference. I'm a madman. The energy inside me is beyond ordinary, because I am extremely passionate about what I want to do. When I want to go for something, I put in 200%. So if you are the type that you are not like that, life is going to be very miserable for you. Trust me. You have to be so passionate and so dogged. You have to be so dogged about what you want in life. That's when it's going to give it to you. Yes. With a fight, you will fight for it. If you think it will fall in your laps, you are joking. You are going to fight for it. Now, what happened? I saw 24th application. I saw an advert for number 24, and I still applied, even though I've done 23. What most of you do is that you apply for only one school. You do one school and say, I love Oxford, and I love one course they are studying. Then you apply, then you sit down, then you are waiting to win. Who told you that you would win it? One application, your chances of winning, the probability of winning, since some of you should know your math, the probability of winning only one application is very low compared to someone that tried 20 times or that submitted 20 applications. So increase your number of applications. You can't be applying to only 1 or 2 and you are claiming that I'm exhausted, I'm tired. How many did you do? That's the question. How many did you do to the end? You submitted the application. How many? You did only 2 and you are talking. You must started. So my story, I saw 25th one and I still applied. You know when I stopped? When the whole application window ended, that's when I stopped. And at the end, I noticed I had done 25. What happened? I lost 23. Rejection. At some point, once an email is coming, I don't even read it again. I will just say to myself, they don't reject me again. By the time I open, we regret to inform you. I beg. Rejection again. Guess what? You know why I was rejected? This will lead me to the next thing I want to tell you guys, a secret. I was rejected because when I graduated from school, I had nobody tell me. You guys are lucky that I'm even here. I'm telling you this, that I have a book to tell you the truth. But during my own time, I had nobody, no guidance, no mentor, no one to tell me anything. So I was just acting on desire, how I feel. And that's how some of you have been doing. You've been acting based on desire, how you feel. There is no expert telling you anything. There is no experienced scholar telling you something. So you don't have any experience. You are naive. You are ignorant. You are walking into the lion's den, unprotected. That's what you are doing. So when I did that, I lost a lot of scholarships. And what happened to me? I studied biology, but for a reason, I was falling in love with public health. So I told myself, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply for public health. My master's will be in public health. And I don't have any experience in public health. I just told myself I like public health. I like public health. The way many of you do. You just pick courses out of the blues. Maybe that's why you are being rejected. But nobody said anything to me. So I didn't know it was wrong. All my first 23 applications were public health, different universities, different scholarships. I lost all of them. I lost all of them. Because I don't have any experience in public health. So when I came across application 24, I discovered that it was on biomedical science. And I did my IT in a medical lab, right? So when I saw biomedical science and I looked at it, I saw, oh, wait a minute, I can apply for this because I did my IT in a medical lab and I've done a whole lot of medical tests. So I know them. So I just went to the application, the essay, I started writing my IT experience. Oh, I've done tests, clinical chemistry tests, microbiology tests. There's another one I want to remember. Hematology test, blood banking. I gathered everything. I was just sharing all kinds of things I've done. PT, HIV, venereal disease, high swab, MCS, that's the microscopic culture sensitivity test. You know, I did a whole lot, and this is years ago, and I still remember. I did all these things: blood fasting sugar, blood random sugar, or random fasting blood sugar, or something like that. I wrote everything, right? I wrote everything in the essay, and I submitted. Guess what? That was my first international win. Why? Because biomedical science I was applying for was aligned. It aligned with my IT experience. Now, application 25, Commonwealth. I came across an application and it was sustainable environmental management. Then it dawned on me as well that, wait a minute, this environment, my project work in FUTA, when I did my final year project, was on plant ecology. But I did not like it because I loved public health. You see how some of you are. This stubbornness that I must do one particular course is what is going to sink your application. It will sink it. You must be dynamic if you want to win in this life. The most successful animals on earth, I'm a biologist, so let me say it. The most successful animals on earth are what? Are insects. They are insects. They're the most successful. Do you know why? They are dynamic. They are not the type that you would say, I'm going to kill them on land. They will tell you, wait a minute, I can fly. Oh, I'm going to kill them in the air. Wait a minute, I can live on the tree. I will kill them on the tree. Wait a minute, I can live inside water, on the surface of water. Water fleas. I will kill them everywhere. Wait a minute, I can even live on top of your head. Lice. You say, wait a minute, I'm going to kill you. At the end of the day, they are everywhere. So difficult to get rid of because they are dynamic. They've mastered their environment. The moment you shut down A, they are opening B. You shut down B, they are opening C. And the Bible says, learn from the ants. The ant is an insect. You see, the ant is an insect. Are we going to learn that being stubborn about a particular course, it must be microbiology? It's not going to work. In fact, it will sink your application. So what should you do? Have options. Option 1, option 2, option 3. And those are the 3 options you will be chasing. You'll be chasing the 3. Anyone that works, you have a fulfilled life. Don't lie to yourself that it must be mechatronics or I will die. You will not die. Look at me. Today, I'm not a public health expert. I'm an environmental scientist because I eventually won Commonwealth and I chose that Commonwealth. I eventually left for sustainable environmental management, which was not my first choice. But today, my work in environment, in biomedical waste, in microplastic is shared globally. I'm doing very well for myself. My work in arsenic in Manchester, they used a device I built during my PhD in Cambodia. You know, in 2025, I was informed they added my name to the publication because I was the one that built the methodology. Would I have succeeded in public health? Yes. I succeeded in environment. Yes, because success is in your hands. It's not in what you do. It's in your hands. So another thing I want to tell you about is have options. Because if you don't have options, you'll be tied to one thing, and that might be what will sink you. So let me stop there and come to some other things that, let me see. Sir, your first attempt at a scholarship was successful. My first attempt at a scholarship was successful, but we are discussing international scholarships here. It was not my first attempt because I had several. Local scholarships are easier, for God's sake. Many of you don't even try. Your first attempt at a scholarship is abroad. That's where you are having a challenge. You've never tried a local scholarship. You graduated and now you want to win abroad. You want to win Commonwealth. Which one have you won in Nigeria? Which one have you won? You have not defeated a lion. You want to face Goliath. It's going to be tough. I won a Jew scholarship, which was my very first, which I even call the grace of God. Then I won Total, EPNL, the oil company. Then I won federal government of Nigeria, FGN. Those 3 and some other ones, they were local. They have given me confidence, especially that FGN. Because when I wrote it in footer, we were so many. Imagine about 3,000 people going to a hall to write the exam. Physically, 3,000. And they picked 25. And I'm one of them. That just gingered me. It just made me feel, Baba, you sabi. Yes. With that kind of confidence, by the time it was time to apply abroad, I was not looking at faces. I was just applying to everything. 25, I just they apply, they go. Some of you, confidence is your problem. Confidence. Because you have not defeated a lion. You don't even know what you can kill. So you are there, timid. They will not ask you to apply. You say, you sure say they go pick me. If you don't apply, how will you know? Right? So my question to those of you who are still in school, there are scholarships, undergraduate scholarships. Leech on them. Leech on them. I mean, they are easier to win, to tell you the truth, because your competitors are in-house. They are in Nigeria. So they are easier to win. Before you start global competition, that is harder. Commonwealth is global. Chevron is global. Erasmus is global. MasterCard is global. Even graduate assistantships, they are global. You think you are the only one that will apply from your country. People around the continents, they are applying. People from different continents are applying. So they are global. So before competition gets so stiff, I mean, gather your confidence from small things first. So, another thing I want to say, let me see from here. But was there any time the failure started coming in? Of course, let me share a story. 2014 is my worst year ever in scholarship applications. And it's right here. That same schematic I told you about, Look at 2014. You see that all the scholarships I applied for, zero. I won nothing. 2014, everything I applied for, the win there was zero. It was my worst year in scholarship pursuit. 2014. Why? Things started happening beyond my control. The first opportunity I was shortlisted for in 2014, I got to the final stage. They wanted to do Skype interview. This was the period where they were using Skype. It's not now that we have Google Meet, Zoom. It was post-COVID that led to all these new ones. Pre-COVID, it was Skype, right? Now, internet just decided to mess me up. Network. I carried my laptop. I was running across the campus looking for network like a madman. I climbed one place in Futa they call Hilltop. Some of you that finished from my school will know what it is. I went to Hilltop to look for internet. When I finally got the internet, I was with my laptop. They finally saw me. I was panting, and I carried laptop, standing inside the sun with a tree at my back. They now told me, Milton, are you standing there? I said, yes, I'm standing here. Yeah. And you can't have your interview like this. You can't have your interview like this. When they realized I was having issues, they now said, send your mobile number. We will call you. Then they called me. I closed my laptop. We now did the interview on the phone. At that point, I was already mentally exhausted. I was gone. All the questions they were asking me, I wasn't giving them clear answers. I was panting. I was already damaged psychologically. When I finished the interview on the phone, I knew they would not call me back. I knew. I walked office sad. So you see, it is possible for you to be a potential winner of a scholarship, but not be selected. And that is that chapter I called Winners Can Be Rejected. Yes, you're a potential winner, but something can come up that will just make them to not pick you. The second thing that I will never forget in my life about 2014, where all the applications I tried, I lost everything. Ebola. It was in 2014 that Ebola got into Nigeria. One man called Patrick Sawyer, a Liberian, he traveled into the country and brought it. Fortunately, a doctor called Dr. Adadevo, she was the one that made sure that that sickness did not spread across Lagos because it would have been catastrophic. She stopped the man and blocked him when he wanted to come out by force. And that's how she got it. And she died. Because Ebola entered Nigeria, I lost a scholarship instantly. It was a scholarship to Australia. This professor was impressed with me. He liked everything. He had told me, I'm coming. They are preparing my scholarship letter. I should calm down. While I was waiting, Patrick Sawyer brought his two left legs into Lagos. Immediately, Australia blacklisted Nigeria, that they should never take people from Nigeria. No more immigration, anybody coming from Nigeria, blocked, so that you will not carry your yamayama inside their country. I emailed the man that, what's going on? I've not heard. To this day, the man did not respond to my email. To this very day. I think he was so sad that he didn't know what to say to me. And that's how I lost the scholarship. So 2014 is a year I will never forget because it was a miserable year for me. But guess what? It was so miserable that sometimes I will come outside, I will look up and I'll say, God, why have you forsaken me? I thought I had grace on my head. It seems you have left me. I was doing that a lot. I can assure you that God was probably in heaven saying, this boy, I wish you can see your future. This is just a temporary issue. I wish you can see your future. He was laughing at me because by 2015, I won Commonwealth, PhD, and I found myself in Manchester. So what am I saying in a nutshell? Many of you, it's temporary. It's temporary, whatever you're experiencing. But I must say something. For you to be sure that it's temporary, make sure that an expert is looking through your application. Make sure that the error is not from you. Make sure that because look, if it's not your time, it's not your time, no matter what you do, no matter how perfect your application is. If it's not your time, it's not your time. But when it's your time, multiple wins will start dropping on top of each other. You will just know that it's your time. So that's all I would say for now. I would like to take more questions because I think I've spoken for so long. Let me take more. Rodia, your hand is back up. Are you sure you really want to ask a question this time?
Yes, sir. I'm really sure.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Okay, well done. I really appreciate all what you have done, your write-up, your advice, and everything. So now my question is that how do we have access to all those scholarships? Is it that maybe someone we send it to you, or I don't know how those things were able to
Let
you
me,
like
okay,
how you were able to reach those scholarships?
thank you. Very good question. Now, I will answer you in two ways. For the local scholarships, your Total, Chevron, MTN, NLNG, and so on, FGM, you see those ones. Maybe if you are a university student, do you isolate yourself? Because for me, I was constantly in different groups, That's another thing about personality. If you keep saying, I'm an introvert, I keep to myself, you will suffer in life, because humans are not designed to be alone. You are a gregarious animal. You are not designed to survive alone. You will fail. You will fail. Even Jesus needed disciples. So what is the shape of your problem? Even Jesus needed disciples. You want to do things by yourself, you will fail. If you are constantly in conversations, groups, talkings, you will hear. That's how I heard. I heard about all those local scholarships because I'm constantly in conversations where they're talking about talking about this, talking about that. And sometimes I just tell them, I beg, when you hear something, I beg, make I know, tell me, I beg. And that's how we share information amongst ourselves. And we knew about these local ones. So the question is, today I'm aware, most Gen Zs, they are after online friends than the real friends in their classrooms. I teach them, I'll be in front of them like this, and I will ask, where is Temitope? They will start asking themselves, who is Temitope? Temitope? Where's Temitope? And I'm like, you don't know your own classmate is missing in class. Who has a phone number? You will not be here. I don't have it. I don't have it. You don't have the number of your classmates. What is wrong with you people? You will now be hearing, I'm not that close to her. I'm not her friend. Are you insane? Then what are you colleagues for? When I was a student, I had everybody's phone number, almost 90% of us. It doesn't matter whether we are friends or not. I need to have your number. What if I need to call you for something? Today, everything has changed. Everybody is just after the internet. If I have 600,000 followers, online friends that are not real, and your real friends in your classroom, you don't know them, there is a problem. You think your social life is great. It's zero. Because you can't count on those people that are online. You can't count on them. The day you trend for a wrong reason, they will still come back and abuse you on your page. The day somebody lies on your head, now then go come your page, say, hey, yeah, and I sabi say this boy go they use jazz. Hey, yeah. They will still come and mock you on your page and they claim to be your followers. So why not make real friendships real, physical? I've noticed this one in my own classroom, and I know that's mostly how Gen Zs are. They spend the entire time online, and physical friendships, zero. So where will you get information from? For the local scholarships, you will get it amongst yourselves. If you are talking, you would know when FGN releases. You will know because one of you will hear, and before you know, he will share it. That one, you can't use the internet to know. You will know because they are local. You will know when Total, Chevron, Agbami, Shell, when they release their scholarships, you will know because you are talking to people. So if you are listening to me and you keep doing, and by myself, once I finish class, I run to my hostel, I did. Continue. I will see how information will reach you. Continue. Then the second way to answer the question is international scholarships. You see those ones? I will tell you to follow Opportunity Desk. If you are on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and so on, follow Opportunity Desk. It's a page. It's a scholarship page. They just announce scholarships and opportunities. Follow them. Funny enough, the founder of Opportunity Desk wrote one of the what is it called?
Forward.
The forward. Yes. I want to get to her page. She wrote it. One of the forwards was written by the founder of Opportunity Desk. Yes, the first page, Grace. She wrote the very first forward. So she's my very good friend. She's the founder, and she created that platform. That platform has been saving lives for years. If you follow that page in real time, you just be getting those scholarship opportunities on your platform, on your phone. You will be getting it. So that way you can track opportunities without you having to chase things up and down. The only thing is that local scholarships are usually not shown there. So for local ones, is the level of friendship that you are building on campus that will help you. Don't be that so-called introvert who does not like to make friends and who thinks they will make it alone. You will not make it alone. You need humans to function in society. You need humans to grow. You need shoulders of giants to climb on. You will not survive alone. So change that mindset and start talking, start engaging, start taking contacts. Some of you, your classmates, you don't even have their contacts, and they will go on to become the next big thing in life. You will now start asking them on Instagram to give you their number. They will not give you. When you had the chance to give them, when they were nobody, you were too full of yourself. In 20 years' time, you will chase them. They will not see your face. So better know what you are doing now. Huh? So that's my answer to you, Rodia. Okay, so somebody is telling you that you can also get local scholarship updates from Scholar World, Scholar Region. Me, I would emphasize friendships and relationships. I will emphasize that. Okay? Because you will not only get the information from them, you can also get ideas. You can also get ideas. Sometimes you ask yourself, why is FUTA such a wonderful institution where graduates are just winning, they're just winning. Oh, it's because over time, we intentionally started building communities of scholars. Intention with intention. Community of scholars. We help each other. And that's why every year, you'll start seeing FUTA graduates everywhere. They're just winning left and right. It's not by chance. Human beings made it happen, and they were intentional about it. So that is that. Any other question?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We have another question in the chat box. Please tell us about your mentorship program in our group, and how often the program is done.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, I have stopped the mentorship program because I just did not have enough time. I'm a senior lecturer now and soon to become an associate prof. And it's becoming worse because initially I was nowhere close to being involved with certain things. But now I'm so involved with designing a curriculum. It is now that the changes I'm hoping I can administer in universities, I'm now getting the chance. Sitting down and designing the curriculum for a program, I can almost start telling myself, Jide, remove this course. This is a useless course. Remove this course. Oh, yeah, put this one. And I've been thinking like that for years since I came back from the UK. How will I get the opportunity to change things? Because many of the courses that we do, they're obsolete. Some of the courses are not obsolete, but some of the contents are obsolete. But it's difficult to change because you follow NUC guideline. But some of you outside of the university don't know this. You just attack the school. Universities in Nigeria, they're full of shit. You don't know what is happening. What is happening is that you can't do anything without NUC guideline. If you change it, they will not approve it. If they don't approve it, you will not be accredited. If you're not accredited, you're just running nonsense course. So the almighty is NUC. But there's a place to bend. When NUC says do A, B, and C, they create space for boxes, E, G, up to H, that you can put courses of your own. That's where I came in. I recently designed a course for FUTA. I don't want to mention the name, but I designed it for my faculty. And I had the chance. When I was doing it, I said to myself, wow, I didn't know it would eventually lead to me getting to a position like this. And I was picking and adding as I wanted. I took it to the professors and I argued it, and they accepted it because they trust me. And guess what? It will be approved next week by Senate, and FUTA will begin to run that course. Why am I saying this to you? It's a way of explaining the 2 chapters of my book, SWA and, that last chapter, which is replicate yourself in others, or replicate yourself in systems. Replicate yourself. I came back with the notion that I should be able to make a change, but it didn't happen instantly. So I stayed in the system. I stayed. I kept watching. They give me a task. I do it excellently. I gained the trust of my bosses. They loved me. They kept moving me. They saw that I knew my onions. Then the day came. They gave me a sensitive job. And I realized, here am I. I can now make real change. And I'm doing it from within, subtly, without making noise. Now, to answer you about my training, as a result of all these opportunities that I now have in my career, I don't have enough time again. I don't have enough time. So I had to stop that mentorship thing. I don't do it again. Instead, what I do now is I converted my platform into an online scholarship school. So it's not mentorship, it's a school. I will just come 6 weeks. I teach you something. And the reason why I'm teaching that is I just see that a lot of people are going on different platforms, or they pay here, and they still don't get anything. What if I teach you at a cost? I teach you, and then you know the skill that I have been using, and then you don't need anybody's help again. You don't need anybody's help. You become independent and just start winning. And that's what I call Scholarship Accelerator Program, SAP. You probably have been seeing it on LinkedIn because I've been putting it out. I'm in my 3rd year of running SAP. Oh, okay, so I don't do mentorship, because mentorship is a different thing. You must have the time to do one-on-one constantly. But with SAP, I don't have that time. So I put everybody in a WhatsApp group. Now, there's a WhatsApp group for all the people that have gone through SAP. It's called SAP Alumni. There are more than 80 now in that group. And what I love most is I don't even have to be there because it's peer-to-peer mentorship that is happening. People that have won are helping people that have not won. So they're just sharing information amongst themselves. I don't have to be there because I'm too busy. But for the 6 weeks, I take the training. This evening now, there's a training at 8 p.m. SAP. There's a training this evening at 8 p.m. So I take the training for 2 hours. We teach different things, academic CV, how to construct it, cold email, how to send a cold email to a professor in North America. Then some scholarships, we pick them one by one. Erasmus, we pick their essays. Commonwealth, we pick their 11 essays. We dissect everything. Chevening, MasterCard, we piece of DAD, we pieces everything, right? So that, and then you send us a copy of your CV, your cold email, and your SOP, statement of purpose, and essay, a scholarship essay. And then my team of experts will review it and send it back to you. It's 50K. It's 50K that I charge for it. And there's the opportunity to pay twice. I started doing the 2 installments when some coppers reached out to me that, sir, the alawi is 77K. Please help us. I said, okay, fine. Pay in 2 installments, 30K at first attempt, 20K your second installment within a month. And a lot of people have used that. They pay twice and they finish the program. So that's what I do now. It's more or less an online scholarship school, not a mentorship.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Okay, it's almost 4 o'clock. We won't like to take much of your time, but we have one final question.
Okay.
That I think other people too will also like to hear the answer to. So the question is, if you have the opportunity to write a new version of the Scholar's Bible, what would you add to it?
Very good. I've been thinking about a volume 2. And the reason why I'm thinking about a volume 2 is because there is something I want to talk about in that book that I feel like I did not do justice to. But if I have a volume 2, I will go deeper. And that's exactly what Adebisi is talking about in the chat, which is AI. The use of AI in writing scholarship essays. I just, on the surface writing was what I did. But if I have the opportunity to write a volume 2, I will go deeper. Okay. I'll go deeper because now I have more evidence to show that you should never use AI to write anything. And there are AI detector tools, so they will catch you. And when they catch you, they will trash your application. In my SAP group, my Scholarship Accelerator program groups, all my WhatsApp groups, I've told them, in fact, I share screenshots of universities, top universities, Oxford, Manchester, Caltech, MIT, Toronto, top universities in the world. I will go to their page and their policy on AI. I will make a screenshot. I will share it in the group. Look at it with your eyes. Look at it. These are top universities in the world. Look at their AI policy. You will see them write clearly. For their scholarships, they will tell you, do not use AI. Clearly, some will say, if you use AI, disclose how you used it. Disclose. Some will say, do not use AI. Some will say, if you use, tell us how you used it. You can see that the reason why all these comments are coming up is because they themselves are skeptical about AI. Today, that you can literally give it a prompt and it will just create something. Where is now the rigor of mental work? Where is the rigor? There's no rigor anymore. I did not use AI for any of my, even the one I won this year. You know that I'm a millennial. You know I'm a millennial. Millennials like me, AI. We sabi AI. Where we dey write letter? Where was AI? I have been trained to write myself. So I find it uncomfortable when AI is speaking on my behalf. I apologize. You may not understand it because all of you are internet babies. Internet babies. Most of you, not all of you anyway. I'm a millennial. I lived in a world where we were writing letters. I lived in a world where we were still emailing. You will type it, you will construct, you will check your tenses. You must learn. We knew that writing was a skill. You must learn. Not today where we are lazy. You don't write anything because a system will write it for you. And that is why I shared something on my Facebook page today. One scientist in America, they summoned him into a Senate hearing, US Senate, on education. And he was there telling the Senate that he did an experiment, a research, and he discovered that the Gen Z generation, they are less intellectually sound than their previous generation. And the reason is technology. If you can find my page on Facebook, go and watch it. The man said Gen Zs, they are less intellectually sound compared to their previous generation. And it should not be so, because generations are supposed to be more advanced than in terms of intellect, not technology. What we have seen is that we are in a generation where there is advancement in technology, but our human capacity is dying. Our human capacity is dying. Today, I will give an assignment. My students will use AI, like I don't have sense. Abi, they will use AI to give me the answer. So what I used to do is, the moment I spot AI in your work, I will call you, I will sit you down. I will now tell you, explain your work to me in simple words. And then the person will sit in front of me and will be looking like a Lucozade. Lucozade cannot look anyway. That's just to rhyme. You don't be looking like this. Not be you write me this 15-page document. Just give me a summary. You don't be looking like this. Because he was not critically assessing the document when he was producing it. He was just prompting the technology to produce an answer. No learning was done. No education was done. He just gave me an answer. Hey, don't kill me, collect. That's all he did. Is that learning? Intellectually, zero. He has not learned anything. The rigor of learning is zero. And there is a rigor. You must feel the pains. It's normal. It's normal. Nobody is suffering you. It's not I'm suffering. No, it's normal in the process of learning. But guess what? We have discovered that our students today, technology is making them look like they are smart. Wait until you engage them one-on-one. Oh, you now do like this. Oh my God. There is a problem. You start asking them if they've heard of this, if they know of this, and you'll be saying, you don't know about this? Haven't you heard about that? But how? We are in an information age where you are swimming in more information than there has ever been. How are you still not having information in your head? Why? Because they are so distracted with technology. TikTok. And they are watching Kata Efe every time. With that is short, skinny boy. And his head that looks like a basketball. Now then they watch every day. Nothing else. What you learn from Kata's show, I have no idea. You have a test, but you will spend some time on Kata. Before you know, you now move to your books more. Then you come back on Kata. You go back to your books more. You are distracted. How can you function? So my conclusion in all this talk is very simple. AI, many universities and scholarship bodies forbid you to use it. So it's not a question. I mean, what are they asking you to write? Look at the essay. The essay is saying, tell us why we should pick you. Write about your previous experience that makes you a best fit for our program. You mean you can't write it by yourself? You need AI. Oh, something must be wrong with you. Somebody must tell you that something is wrong with you. You mean you can't sit down and write why somebody should pick you? Your own story. AI must help you. No, you are not scholarship worthy. I said it with my full chest. So I'm not even surprised that most of these big universities are against it. That's why they're saying, do not use it. And some are saying, if you use it, tell us how you used it. They're trying to dig a pit for you. It's better not to use it at all. And don't forget, they will know. They have detector tools. They will know that you have used it now. So my answer is very crystal clear. No, a very capital one. Because the questions they will ask you are questions only you should know. You can't even read it from the internet. Those answers are supposed to be here. Why should they pick me, Babajide? I know things I've done. I will start writing it down. I've served as this, I've served as that. I had first class, I have a PhD, I have this one, I did this one, I did that one. Do I need the internet to help me? Do I need a tool to help me? No. If it is to arrange my thoughts, I can learn that. It's not a problem. You can learn it. There are times you need AI, but it is not for scholarship essay. I have used AI many times to search for an information that I need. There are times I'm confused about two things, but I want something to tell me fast. I use AI, especially Gemini. I use Gemini to tell me things, but I know how I use it. I don't use it to write. Where is my skill then? Where is my skill? And I told you, maybe because I was born as a millennial. So I have the skill. So I'm asking myself, why is this tool? Why must I let this tool speak on my behalf when I can write? And there is something you must know. When you start writing, you are going to have a tone. You have a unique tone. The moment you carry your write-up and you give it to AI, it doesn't matter how you try to tell it. Humanize it. Don't change the clinical. It will still give you some AI content that anybody that is good with AI content looks at your work. They will know you have used it because there are certain words that AI loves so much. The same way when I am writing, there are certain words that I love to use. AI loves certain words. Yes. That's the truth. So that's my answer to you. This is not in a way to make you guys feel bad, but it is to improve your competence. I need you to understand that you need to improve your and stop depending solely on technology. You are smarter. You are smarter than that technology. There is another thing I put on my Facebook. You can go and watch it. An experiment that some scientists did. They tricked an AI platform. They tricked it. They fed it with a disease that is not existing. Then they fed it as well and said the symptoms were gotten from Star Trek. Star Trek, a movie. The symptoms, they started putting all kinds of things that are not related. They fed it. They want to see whether that AI platform has the same. You say it's intelligent. Let us see. Are you intelligent to say, no, your sources are not factual? This disease is questionable. They now ask the AI platform, is this disease real? Is it from AI started saying it is real? It's real. It's affecting people. Started putting Star Trek as source. And you think that platform is smarter than you. Oh my God, you are underestimating the power of your brain. AI is not smarter than you. Trust me. Trust me. Your brain will do more work, can analyze, can spot things, can join things. And I tell you, AI should aid, it should aid your intelligence, not replace your intelligence. And that's what most of you do. It should aid you because you are smart already. It will just make your work faster. Okay, so I need to get something. I've gotten it. Now let me use my brain to do this. Let me use my brain to do this. Okay, I need to do this, do this. Then let me use my brain to do this. It's aiding you. But some of you, your brain is resting somewhere. It's not even being used. AI is just doing all your work for you. I pity you because you will graduate. You will go for an interview. You will now say you did not see job. I belong to a WhatsApp group. There are CEOs on that group. Come and see the complaint they always talk about. Every time, graduates are not employable. Every time is the same issue. You will hear, it's not that there are no jobs. We can't employ these graduates. Do you know why? When they start asking you in an interview, describe this, do you know about that? You start looking lost. And they will be wondering to themselves, now this kind of person we want put for our company, and now this kind of person we go solve our company problem, and now this kind of person won't collect 650,000 a month for doing nothing. If you're on this call, I'm just trying to trigger you back to know what you are doing. Work on yourself to be who you say you are. Not telling lies, going on LinkedIn to say that you have a skill that you don't have. When they discover you, you will disgrace your generation. Let me stop there. Because if you leave me, I will continue till 6 o'clock. You know I'm a teacher. So let me just keep quiet.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for generously answering those questions, and for particularly for being here today. Would like to thank you, and again also congratulate you on your marriage. May
Thank
God bless you and happy married life. I would like to bring on our co-founder, Mrs.
Okay.
Comfort. She would like to say one or two things to you, sir.
All right.
Hi, Dr. Babajide. Good
Comfy.
evening.
Good to hear it from you. Thank you.
Right. I'm sorry I couldn't really show my face right now.
Oh,
It
it's
is well.
fine.
Thank you. So I want
Thank
to
you for asking.
specifically, yes, we are more grateful, much more grateful to have you here today because we know what it means. Time is really a big thing now. You're able to sacrifice being here. That's a lot. And we do not take it for granted at all. So especially I want to say that I personally enjoyed this session and I've learned a lot, especially the fact that for me it's my first time hearing about a master's CV. So
Oh,
that's something I'm adding to my toolkit now. To start putting all my experiences together in a comprehensive one so it's easy to highlight when I need something. I've heard of your brag log. That's like the one I've heard before, and what that means is it's just a document where you put all of your achievements, not just maybe chronological order of maybe your experiences. This time now your achievements, maybe you've completed the project at work, you were praised, you achieved a goal. And so the brag sheet is just log. It's used to when you want to tell your story, it's used where you can really quickly pick and highlight significant achievements you've had to buttress whatever claims you have made. So now you've given me another toolkit of master CV. So you see, I'm becoming more robust. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say that every single thing you've mentioned, fine. At some point, I wanted to say, maybe I'm a millennial too, but maybe I've got a different perspective to the AI thing. But I really like the way you tied it all in at the end, saying that you should think for yourself. AI can aid your work by say for instance you've put your ideas together, then you ask AI can give perspective, to be fair, and kind of broaden how you're seeing
Mm.
a particular problem, like the solution to a problem, but you already have um the solution that you want to provide based on your experience and this and that, and then you're asking AI for more perspective. Then, like what doctor said, never submit an AI written application. Never do it. So you can now go back and say, okay, this is what AI has given me. Verify everything, because sometimes AI will link to website pages that you can check. Right, doctor? Am
Yeah,
I right?
there is something that AI does that people need to aware. It used to hallucinate.
Yes.
So because it used to hallucinate, when AI gives you anything, cross-check.
Right.
That's why I said you are more intelligent than that platform. Don't treat it like it's an intelligent platform. It has given me this information. You just copy and paste. Bra, boom, boom. But let me tell you, that's what students do. You know, I work with them every day here.
True.
And then when they use it, I want to be sure whether they even read it. I will call them. Oh, yeah, summarize what you have. They will just be staring at me. That means they have wasted their time. Knowledge is zero. They just answered my question by submitting an assignment. That's all. And that's not how we submitted the assignment during our time. Now you can
That's true.
understand why that scientist was saying, in terms of human capacity, is coming low. And we have seen it in Nigeria. To score 200 in JAMB is now a problem. We have seen it in Nigeria. With 200, there are courses that you cannot do during my time. 200, you can't even enter the university. Now you are entering with 180, over 400.
It's sad.
5% of applicants scored below 200 in this last JAMB. So what that man was saying is not just in the US, it's global. He knows what he was saying. So we are in an endemic. It's an endemic, technology endemic, where the people are struggling on how best to use it. So we need to start teaching ethical use of AI tools. But
Yes.
we have not even done it at all. So right now, everybody's just doing rubbish. Everybody's just doing rubbish, as far as I'm concerned. So as far, for now, until we start that ethical, I always tell people, as much as possible, limit its use. You are not stupid. You see this brain here, it's still very reliable. Use it. Limit its use. For now, until there is proper ethics around this, standardized one, global, that everybody now knows the extent to which you can use this tool, right? Because right now, do you know what people are doing?
Yes.
You know, I work in the university.
Right.
They just submit assignments without thinking. Some will even submit the name of, you don't even edit anything. The name of the AI tool and everything, the ChatGPT platform, they print everything together and give me.
That's serious. That's
Somebody
very serious.
submitted a dissertation using AI.
Wow.
And it was discovered. And this person did not change anything. Even all the boxes that had dates, place, it was still having boxes with dates, place, inside her document. They gave her a D, grade B in her project. So there is a reason why my stance on AI is this, I don't know, passionate. It's because I've not, and then when I keep seeing big universities being skeptical, saying things like, don't forget, I'm not saying don't use it at all. Essay. Don't use it for your essay, your scholarship essay. Don't use it. And some of them will say, if you use it, disclose how you used it. Sure, you see, at the end of the day, as I did like this, Even with the one I won in 2026, now my head I take right now. How I take win now if I must use AI? No, you mustn't. You mustn't. Learn, develop your skills, and you realize that AI will just be an aid. For example, I told you I use it to search for things. I want to know something, whether something is existing. I just check. I confirm whether it's true. Okay, it's true. Then I go into the writing myself. I'm currently doing a master's right now. My masters, they give us assignments. All my essays, I write them myself. And my scores have been great. I don't use any AI to enhance I write them myself. So all I'm saying is start trusting in your ability. Many people are here quiet because they know they are guilty. They can hear me. If they are in school, they know they are guilty. Those assignments, they just dump it into an AI tool, give the lecturer like that, and okay. You better have a change of heart for your own good, so that tomorrow you'll be employable. So that when they assess you, they will know that you are what you say you are. Right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not against the use of AI,
Yes,
but for essay, scholarship essay, you have no business using AI. Tell your story by yourself. So that's all I'm saying.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. Thank you so much, Doctor, for the insights and the massive clarification. So and I wanted to also point out that everything that we've talked about in the Scholars Bible is not just limited to scholarships alone. It's even very applicable to job applications, like Doctor had said, because at the end of the day, you might have interviews, you might have to write essays. There are some jobs that you need to write massive essays. So if you have mastered this, it's not going to be tough. So again, we want to say thank you so much, Doctor, for your insights. We really, personally, I enjoyed this session 100%. And I want to extend my appreciation to all. You're welcome, sir. To every campus that have been able to embark on the book review, Udusuk and Unilori. Thank you so much for the excellent work you've done, despite that you're having exams. We really appreciate. So I'm going to seek permission from Doctor for us to make this recording public. Is that okay by you, Doctor?
Yes, please. That is fine. Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, and congratulations again on your wedding. We really wish
thank
you
you
the
very
very best. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Then one last comment I'll make before I disappear. Think of it like this, guys. Now that everybody can access AI tools, 500 people now apply for a scholarship. Everybody used AI tools. What do you think the selection committee will start looking for? Because now all the essays will look perfect. Perfect words, perfect expressions. How would they select a winner? I mean, access has been democratized. Everybody can use the tool. That is how you will know that selection committees have started realizing that they need to bring back that human side. That human side, that they can see that this was human written. Error, maybe was, maybe in 2 lines. They will know human is inside this one than perfection. And now you will now realize that scholarship committees, they will change their approach in the way they pick the winners. And that's why many of them are telling you now that don't use it. If you use it, tell us. It's because now everybody is on equal footing. Perfect essays, Abi. How do you now think they will pick the winner? They will now go the opposite. The one that is showing the most human. That is original. Very original. I will leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I'm not sure if Idris is still here. I think.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
I'm
here.
here.
Okay, over to you, Idris.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Like Ms. Comfort said, I also gain a lot from this, especially on the use of AI. I agree about how rampant it has become. And yeah, you want to stand out, you have to be on the human side. You don't know, maybe it might be that trait I might win the scholarship. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Udus and Unilomi. Thank you, Glory. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you, Bola. Thank you, Daniel, Rodiat, and the unis, everyone. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your name, but yeah, thank you so much for participating. Even like Ms. Comfort said, even though you guys were having exams, you still took the time to read through the book and also participate in the book review. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. We look forward to giving you guys more interesting programs like this to improve your soft skills and your hard skills too. Things that will make you stand out in the job market. It is why we are here. It is why we are Mind Tribe. So thank you so much, guys. You can follow Dr. Babajide on LinkedIn. It's Babajide Macaulay. If you want to connect with him and ask him questions. And all right, that will be all for this program. Thank you so much. Have a great day.